You're listening to ASOTU CON sessions by Space Auto, recorded live at ASOTU CON 2025.
We are live again on the ASOTU podcast stage, powered by Space Auto, and in the heart of the action here at ASOTU CON 2025. I'm Austin Conroy. I am here today with Joe Castelino. Did I get that right?
You did.
Okay, yes. Woo.
You did.
Of the American Motors Group, talking about right-size your shop to stay ahead of tariffs.
Yeah, so interesting topic.
We're kind of hitting on a lot of buzzwords. It's like technician efficiency and tariffs.
Yeah, so here's what we're doing at American Motors, and I think everybody should be looking at this. We're expecting an influx in used cars, an influx in people servicing their cars, and we're already kind of seeing it, right? Like we're seeing used car volumes catch up. People are shopping used cars more than they are new cars. Mm-hmm. So what does that look like in the dealer world, right? Yeah. So one of our stores is anticipating a growth of from 100 cars to 250 cars.
In inventory?
In inventory,
used cars? So then you're talking about, because you recondition those at the dealer.
At the dealer.
I mean, that's another 100, 150 cars a month. That's a lot.
That's a lot,
so
right?
How do
you're talking
that?
Double, triple. Well, that's what we're looking at, right? We're looking at our processes. How can we pick up efficiencies? Where can we scale back or where can we increase time, right? So things that we're doing, like go to digital menus. We're looking at our digital menus and our digital pick tickets, and we're looking at like minute differences that could make a great impact. So one of our stores does roughly 200 cars a day through the service department.
Wow.
Now, with that type of volume, if you're talking about prepaid pick or pre-pulled pick tickets, you're talking about sub 45-minute oil changes, and you get down to 30 minutes. Well, what does that do to your capacity, Austin? Right? What does that do to the consumer? Because once again, you're talking about an increase in used cars. Well, you're talking about an increase in capacity in shop. You're talking about full circle on what we're doing, right? We're talking about e-commerce on parts because, frankly, people are going to fix their cars, right? And so not everybody can come to a dealer.
Yeah.
But maybe they come and they buy their part online. So we're looking at what we can do there, wholesale. We're looking at wholesale delivered straight to your driveway. Austin wants to go fix it himself on a Saturday, great, we'll drop it off.
Wow, okay. So this really, you're right-sizing your shop. I mean, this touches on more than just, I need to hire 2 more technicians.
Absolutely. This is beyond hiring 2 more technicians. We've already started increasing our BDC capacities to deal with the influx of volume. We're looking at any strategic place where we can pick up anything. I'm talking time, I'm talking more appointments, I'm talking about we're looking at even extending our hours, right? So for fleet, we're looking at going 24 hours a day.
Wow. So how much of this is reactionary versus, hey, we're going to plan for this? Because I know a lot of times in this business, I feel like it's a little reactionary. It's like, oh man, we're getting a ton more used cars. Oh man, we got a ton more new customers in here. How much of it do you think is reactionary versus, hey, we're planning for growth, this is the future of it?
So I think the reaction was, hey, we need to start looking at what we're doing, right? And through that, you're like, okay, well, where can I pick this up? Where can I save time? And what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Regardless of whatever capacity I was trying to increase, having a prepaid pick or a pre-pulled pick ticket for parts, for your fast-moving parts, saving a parts guy looking up the same oil filter nonstop, what does that do? It frees up a parts guy to go help another technician. So even if nothing came of it, that would have come of it, right? So yes, we're planning for the future. The reaction was, hey, let's start looking at it. And I think all of it's future growth.
So as far as your brand mix with used cars, and you've mentioned parts quite a bit, I think one of the places that gets hung up is, okay, if I'm a Toyota store, I have Toyota parts in stock. I don't have to worry about that. But if I get an off-brand car, how can that process affect, getting that car frontline ready? Because that's what the sales team wants. They want
absolutely,
ready.
And that's exactly what we're looking at. So what we're doing is we took data from the last 6 months and, okay, what oil filter are we keep ordering? So we have a Toyota store will sell, right? And so if this Toyota store keeps ordering this General Motors oil filter, well, why don't we just stock it? We're gonna move it, right? So we're looking at all that stuff there just to see the fast moving parts, because you're right. In the sales department, they want their cars fast. And so what we're looking at doing is taking a 3 or 4 day turn and trying to turn it to a 2 to 3 day turn.
How do you guys do the used cars as far as dispatching to the shop? Does everyone get a share of it? Do you have some dedicated used car technicians? Have you found efficiencies in that way?
So we have different stores with different setups, right? So the one that I'm talking about that's growing from 100 to 250, we're developing in a whole Recon center, right? We're having its own Recon parts department. We're having its own Recon advisors. We're having its own because you can't hit that volume.
So completely siloed.
Completely siloed. Where one of the other stores, and this was one of my most favorite things, we used it as an internship program. So the college kids that were there during the day would work. They'd go to school from 7:30 to say 2:30 or 12:30. They'd come and start for us around 1:30 or 2. I'll call it 2. And then they would do all their multi-points. They would take a look at their car. They'd figure it out. They'd put orders through. And the very next morning, the parts department had the entire day to go looking for parts. And then the kids would come back in the evening, slap them on, and send it to detail.
You know, and I love how you said it, because it's always the challenge of, these kids are part-time, or if they're in an Ivy Tech school, or if they're in some sort of an after-school program where they're in automotive, it's tough to employ them, but what a great way to do it, and then help you grow, too, with the used car department.
It was a win-win, right? It gave them experience at looking at different cars, and so what we did is we have this program, if you will, where you take a first-year kid and who's never really even looked at a car, and give them the opportunity to work at a dealership. And what we've also found is even in technician retention, it helps grow, because by the time they're done with their school and their 3-year program, they've also been working for us for 3 years. So it's just a natural progression that, hey, you graduated out of the program, great, come on board, and we build our own technicians that way. And you're totally setting yourself apart, because I know there's probably dealers that are right across the street from you. They wouldn't even think to doing that. They're like, you can't come in until 2 o'clock. Sorry, we can't give you a job. It's a different type of thinking. It's a different type of trust that we had to put in the kids. And to be fair, when they first start, like the service department, the main shop technicians are there till 6. So they get to shadow somebody. And it's the last 2 or 3 hours of the day that, okay, hey, now you know how to do brakes. Now you do. And you typically take your first year kid, and when he goes to the second year, okay, he's doing brakes, he's doing tires, he's doing this stuff. And by the second year, they're pretty much know the shop's going to work and not going to break anything. So you're good to go. Now, I heard a rumor you guys are doing something crazy. This seems crazy to me. Is an EV service center. Yes. Now, I'm also in a market that's does not like EVs, and we do not sell them. But you tell me about this. This is crazy. It is wild. Yeah, it's an entire dealership. So we're converting one of our shops, all 20 bays, and we're setting it up all for EV. I'm really excited about the program, because I got to tell you, EV's here. Yeah. It's here. Everybody's talking about it's coming, it's here, right? And we're in California, so you know the EV mandates. We're prepping for that, right? But I have yet to see a service center that's dedicated just for EVs. And so I'm excited for this, because we're not just going to serve EVs for our brand. We're looking to service all EVs. We're trying to give a place that Austin can feel comfortable with his non-Cadillac, non-Chevrolet, non-Toyota brand, and just come. Just a normal place that you can come and feel comfortable, that you have qualified technicians, you have the right tools, that you have all the abilities to do an EV. What is most of the EV service? I mean, I know there's tires, there's some fluids, there's not a whole lot there, but there's services that people don't think about, right? So in the EV world, there's filters for the cooling fan system. And oftentimes you'll see leaves, road debris, plug these fans, batteries overheat, battery degradation starts, right? So just a place that we can offer a service to monitor that, help that, do your stuff right. That's what we're looking for. A place that you can trust. Yeah. I think we had some stuff about tariffs, but maybe that's over now. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the conversation just kind of went the way it was. But as far as the tariffs go, I mean, I'm telling you, what we're doing is, I think, the right thing. We're trying to strategically place ourselves in a service forward momentum, if you will. I think that it's going to be an interesting time in automotive. Yeah. Right? I think you guys are doing a lot of things that people can learn from, specifically with this internship program, I'll call it, with the afternoons. I mean, that is, it seems so simple, but there's a lot of dealers that are not doing that. And then maybe not everybody open an EV service center, but I can't wait to see how it works for you guys. It's a radical idea. It's a radical idea. I mean, you're talking 20 lifts, all the equipment, all the charging, right? A place that you can call home that offers, what happens when people don't want to go to the dealer? They go to the EV service center. Right, they're going to come to the EV service center. Thank you so much. Always great to spend time with you, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you for listening to this ASOTU CON session brought to you by Space Auto. At ASOTU, we're obsessed with uniting people around one big idea, that thriving people are the only path to a thriving and profitable industry. If that resonates with you, head over to morethancars.com to join our email list and explore our full list of podcasts.